And welcome back to more Sonic Generations! Last time, we finished up the Crisis City challenges and started working on the Rooftop Run challenges. This time, I'm going to do my best to get through the remaining challenges of Rooftop Run. So as we wait for this music note to circle around, this next challenge is one I distinctly remember, because in my opinion, it's actually one of the toughest challenges in the entire game. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. Got song, Flying Battery Zone. High-rise balloon climb. Use the big balloons to climb higher and higher and reach the goal in time. Back in Sky Sanctuary, I'm pretty sure, there was a balloon challenge where I was like, oh no, and then it turned out to be pretty easy. And that's because I was confusing it with this challenge, which actually is pretty difficult, so let's give this a try. So far it's not too bad. Here we have our first set of balloons. We have to grab onto these handles and ride them to the top of this area. There is a cannon that'll take us back to the clock tower, presumably. Alright, so let's keep moving. We have an S-rank time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Alright, for some reason I'm having a difficult time jumping over there. So let's keep climbing. Another little spinning, or not spinning, but moving blade, and a balloon. By the way, the balloons will bounce you away, which is kind of annoying to deal with, like so, but we can actually use this to bounce up here and skip riding the balloon. And so far, it really hasn't been too terrible, but this is when things start to get a little bit tricky. We now have electric barriers here and enemies to contend with while riding these balloons with their somewhat interesting physics. When you press A, Sonic kind of swings a little bit, so it's not an instantaneous jump, which honestly makes this a lot tougher. There are also spikes, so you have to jump off of the balloon fast enough before the spikes pop the balloon. So yeah, having these enemies firing projectiles at you while you're trying to navigate across balloons isn't great, and doesn't help whatsoever. And also, we are 2 minutes into the stage. The time limit is almost up for the S-rank, and we have not seen a single checkpoint yet, which is very, very intimidating. This is definitely a level where I'm glad that challenge S-ranks are not required for 100%, or at least the platinum. So yeah, because otherwise I definitely would not have been able to 100% the game, or at least get the platinum trophy. And this is when the level really starts to get annoying, because we now have these enemies firing little projectiles at us while we're climbing up here. The delayed jump really does not help. So yeah, this game kind of is weird because it has like 100% requirements because of trophies being different than the actual... Wow, that was a lot faster than I expected. We got through that so much faster than I expected, and I'm really happy about that. Yeah, the lack of checkpoints is what makes that really difficult. But yeah, it's basically like, to actually 100% the game is much tougher than getting all the achievements or trophies. So yeah, if it was the same like with Unleashed, I probably never would have completed this game. You got artwork 121. We still have a doppelganger race here, but I'll save that for later because it's actually lower. For now, let's work on the modern Sonic challenges, starting with another doppelganger race. We have a S-rank time of 2 minutes and 50 seconds, which isn't too terrible. Not if I end up running into enemies and getting stunned. That definitely does not help. As I said. So yeah, in general, I feel like these missile enemies aren't as bad in 3D Sonic stages. In 2D, the missiles are so much worse to deal with, which makes sense. There's also an extra life on this roof, but not in the ghost race, because we don't have lives here, which is nice. Again, that's kind of the one consolation of that last challenge, is even though it's annoying because there are no checkpoints, at least you don't lose lives, because that would make it even worse. And again, that's why the Sonic Unleashed bonus stages are so annoying, because you basically have to get through quickly without losing all your lives. So we have Flying Battery again. I'm pretty sure in the original stage, barrels fell from the sky. In this game, they tried to kind of explain it by having Eggman dropping them to try to stop Sonic. I don't know why he thinks that'll work, when Sonic can easily sidestep around things. So yeah, I still really like this stage, even if the challenges are kind of terrifying. And again, I am very happy we got through the last one, but we're not out of the woods yet. There's still one more challenge in Rooftop Run that I would also consider to be really frustrating. We'll probably do that one next, just to get it out of the way. Basically get through the really annoying challenges in one video. I'm pretty sure that is something I meant to talk about sooner though, is how, yeah, in terms of a platinum, this is not bad. In terms of actual completion, it's kind of annoying. And it is weird to me how this is a trend, actually, with platinums. How they kind of create multiple completion requirements, like completing a game for trophies is often very different than for actual, like, 100%, because of things like, oh, defeat this many enemies, which is not something required by the game normally. So yeah, it is interesting. In terms of trophies, I do like collecting them. I have collected quite a few platinum trophies, and have 1,000 points in a lot of 360 games, but there's some games where it's like, this is not possible. Unleashed is definitely one of them where I can fully admit that that will never happen because of the hot dog missions. The hot dog missions aren't even that terrible. The problem is the lack of checkpoints, having to basically complete that in one go. Wow, we are way off the S-rank time. I don't know how the heck that happened, to be honest. Now we're going this slowly. Curious to see what the S-rank time is for the classic version, because I actually don't remember what it is. I imagine it's longer because the stage itself at least feels a lot longer. But there's the end of the stage, right over here. We almost didn't even get a B rank for that. I swear the S-rank times are really, all over the place. Some are like super easy to get without even trying, others are very, very tough to get without like actively practicing and like doing multiple attempts to actually get an S-rank. It's very inconsistent. You got artwork 122. Alright, enough stalling, let's try this. Vector, pick up the beat. Pass notes back and forth with Vector until the croc misses the beat.
Think you can keep up with me?
You're going up against.
So, unlike the balloon challenge, this is more of a case of trial and error for one thing, and also again, a lack of checkpoints. Like, this isn't actually difficult, it's just kind of annoying because we have to get this in one try, basically, otherwise we have to restart the entire level, which isn't entirely enjoyable. I do like seeing Rooftop Run at sunset, though. So far so good. The game is really having a hard time loading this for some reason. The music note has changed to yellow, which means it's going a little bit faster now, but still we can easily keep up with it. There are these little circles on the ground to indicate where they will go, to make it easier to track. But since we can't really pan the camera, it's not super helpful, I guess. We can simply jump into them though, which is good to keep in mind. We almost missed that one, that would've been bad, and this late into the stage. It's also a fairly easy S-rank, because there really isn't much in the way of, like, wiggle room for time, so, like, we probably are fairly close to the end of the stage. I guess it just matters based on how fast you return the notes. Oh, good camera angle, game. Alright, this is getting a little bit intense now. I like how I was talking about the S-rank and we're past the S-rank time. I have no idea why that stage runs so poorly compared to everything else. Like, something about it just causes a lot of lag for some reason. Again, I'm sure that won't be a problem if you're playing on, like, Steam, on a decently powerful PC, or, like, Series X. Got song, I Am All of Me from Shadow the Hedgehog. Rooftop Rail Grind. Go boarding across the rooftops and clear the stage in time. Alright, this is kinda cool. Taking the boarding mechanics from City Escape and applying them to Rooftop Run. But yeah, it is weird how there are songs from games like Shadow the Hedgehog, but no actual stages. I think, like, it would depend on what other stages were in the game. Like, you know, Westopolis is one of the most iconic stages, partly because you play it 10 times in Shadow the Hedgehog. But it would be really redundant after, like, City Escape and Speed Highway. I'm trying to think of a really good stage. Maybe, like, the Eggman Park. I know that stage is really iconic for one line in that stage, but the stage itself is kinda cool when not trying to collect 400 rings for Tails. There's a reason why I've never completed Shadow the Hedgehog, not completed even, but like even played it for my channel at all, because it's just kind of a difficult game to actually complete, because you have to do 10 playthroughs minimum, and then to actually get full completion, you have to play like 300 routes for the story, because it actually stat tracks every single alternate story path. That was some Sonic 06 boarding physics there of completely stopping partway through. Alright, now we have mines. By the way, you can actually quick-step with the snowboard. Doesn't quite make sense. By the way, this is snowboarding, even though we are never using this in an actual snowy area. Even Ice Cap from SA1 would have been a cool stage to have a snowboarding section, now that I think about it. I don't know what happened there. Where the heck is the goal? There it is. We were off by 0.94 seconds. Alright, we have a music note here. So yeah, we've actually gone through like some of the worst parts at least, so that's something. I don't remember what the last modern challenge is for Rooftop Run, so I guess we'll find out. You got artwork 123. That's a good number. So let's drop down here and see if we can find this. There it is. Barrel Ring Bonus. Smash open barrels to get the rings inside and grab a set number before time's up. This is a very strict time limit, actually. This might take a few tries. I forgot about this challenge, but this is also one that's kind of not easy. Luckily, you can bounce the robots into the barrels, like so. They are kind of homing in on Sonic, so that helps. Obviously, do not drop any rings. Okay, that did count. Good. I was actually really worried for a moment that that didn't count. Alright, 208. We have 50 seconds. I think we're fine. I hope. But who knows? If we actually drop rings, we'll definitely have to restart. Also, because the final challenge here is a doppelganger race, I actually might go out of sequence and actually try a Planet Wisp challenge, because that'll actually be faster than the doppelganger race. I'm actually curious, do levels display times? Oh yeah, we're definitely not doing oh wait, that's the modern time attack for Planet Wisp, so that probably wouldn't be that bad. Got artwork 124. So yeah, we definitely don't have time for that last doppelganger race for Rooftop Run, so let's try this instead. Orange Rocket Blast Off. Use the Orange Wisp to turn into the Orange Rocket and reach the goal in time. Alright, we have a lot of Orange Wisp blocks to break through. Like before, you basically hold the button briefly and then let go to actually launch, otherwise it won't work, as we discovered last time. So basically, we need to figure out which set of blocks is the one we need to blast through, like so. This is a much more generous time limit. It is so weird how certain stages have really long time limits and others have, like, extremely short time limits by comparison. Well, that actually... Cool. I didn't think it would actually launch us all the way up. This is a mistake. Surprised I cleared that, actually. But I'm very glad I did. Alright, another set of blocks to go through. Alright, so, oh wow, that's a collapsing platform. I guess maybe we have to time this or something? I don't know. Either way, we're up here now. Let's keep moving. Yeah, this is actually, other than that one final race with Classic Sonic, we are almost to the end of the, challenges. We only have a few more to go, and, you know, since we're not really worrying about red rings or like some other things we'll talk about later, probably, we're getting close to the end of this playthrough. I'm glad I decided against collecting red rings, just because it would extend the playthrough, or the playtime of this playthrough a lot longer, just because of how much I struggle with a lot of the red rings. Alright, from here we have to blast up to the goal. This is actually not easy, unless I can trick this out. I don't think I can, actually. There we go. So, next time we'll finish up the final challenge of Rooftop Run, and then get to work on the Planet Wisp challenges. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Sonic Generations.